Hey guys, it's Reen and welcome back to the Art Cave. It's 2025, it's the new year, and I know one of my goals this year is to improve my art, and hopefully it's your goal too, because today I'm gonna share with you guys 5 tips or habits that you can do to make better art. This is my 3rd time trying to film this video. Hopefully there will be no problems with this one. Anyways, let's just get right into it, I guess. So, tip number 1 is exercising before drawing. So, we all know that there are benefits to our bodies when we exercise, but what about our art? More specifically, what are the effects on creativity and focus? First of all, disclaimer, I am not a scientist. I don't know much about the brain, just that we have 2 sides, the left and the right. So I can't really say if the results are the same for everyone. But there have been studies where high intensity or just everyday physical activity, they do go along with increased creative performance. So I read these studies. If you're interested to read more about it, if you want to see how they conducted these experiments, I will link these 2 articles below. But based on my experience, so I've been pretty consistent in stretching and working out, and I found that it wakes my body up. After working out, it kind of motivates me more to sit down and focus on doing my work. Does it help me make better art? That's kind of a stretch. Even if it doesn't directly help me make better art, at least I know I'll have a healthier body, and that in turn lets me make art. I'm sorry, I went on and just info dumped. Also, a little extra tip is to stretch or stand up during long drawing sessions. Yeah, you probably already know this, so it's just a little reminder. It's not healthy being hunched over our desk and just drawing for 5 hours straight. There are times where I feel like I'm in a really good flow and I just want to keep drawing and not break the momentum. So I'll just adjust my tablet and just stand up. So the height under my bed is actually pretty short. I wish I had a standing desk, but I don't think the space here will allow me to have a standing desk. So I can't really stand straight under here. So I have to do this stands. But anyways, try and stretch or stand whenever you're drawing for long hours. Tip number 2, warming up on a cheap sketchbook before drawing anything, before working on a project. You probably have some old sketchbooks lying around. Now would be the perfect time to use them. So before any project, before drawing anything, I would take my old sketchbook and just draw whatever I want without the pressure of making it look good, because they're just warm-up sketches. You're not really gonna show them to anyone. And what I like to do are these line exercises. So we used to do this back in architecture school. I don't know what you call this. So we'd have squares. In every square we would just practice drawing straight lines, diagonal lines, can be curved. Sometimes we'd practice our hatching because we have to draw all of the materials. We weren't allowed to use anything to make the line straight, just our free hand. So maybe you guys can try that as well. Another good practice is making 2 dots and then just trying to draw a line in between them, and then just try and make the distance between the dots bigger, and then just trying to draw a straight line. It's good practice, especially when you're doing perspective. We had to do a lot of perspective drawings in architecture school, and I'm kind of thankful that we did, so learning perspective wasn't really hard for me. So yeah, what tip are we in? Tip number 3. Tip number 3 is being more mindful. I wouldn't say mindful, maybe just being more aware when you're drawing. I don't know about you guys, but I would spend quite a lot of time drawing a line and then undoing. Drawing, undo, draw, undo, undo, undo every time. Now I'm just trying to slow down and think about what this line is gonna look like before drawing it. Yeah, and just what is the best way that I can draw it. So let's say I'm trying to draw a hand. Instead of just drawing aimlessly on top of the sketch layer, I kind of think more before drawing and which part of the hand is this line gonna be? Kind of something like that. I don't know, do you guys get what I'm saying? And it actually saves time from redoing. Also, we kind of just have to get rid of trying to make every line perfect, because nothing is perfect. It's all of those things combined. Be more aware when you're drawing and you might make better art because of it. Tip number 4. Hold on, let me take a sip. Tip number 4 is, you guys probably already know this, it's flipping your canvas. But I noticed that I should have been doing it during the sketching phases, like during the early stages of drawing. So before I would draw everything, line art and render, and that's where I would flip my canvas, and I'm just gonna be too lazy to fix it and just leave it like that. And that is not good practice. We want to make better art. Here's another extra tip is, you guys probably also already know this, it's zooming out when drawing. So zooming out just lets you get a better understanding of the composition, like your values, what's in the foreground, middle ground, and the background. So the last tip is experiment. Out of all of the tips, I think this is the most important and it will really impact your art. Yeah, so experiment as much as you can. It can be about anything new, like a new brush, a new technique, color palette, new way of drawing your eyes, or like new art style. It can be anything. I would collect art books, I would watch tutorials, but I wouldn't really implement what I was learning. Learning stuff, watching stuff is not enough. You really have to apply it, and that's where you really grow. Here's an example. So this was my artwork before. It was okay, but I feel like I could have done something better. And one day I was watching Rinotuna. He's a really great artist. I've been a fan for a while now, and he does these amazing character designs and he streams them on YouTube. I was watching his streams and I was trying to figure out his layer style, like how he would set up his layers, and from there I was able to make this artwork, which is still one of my favorite artworks that I've made, all because I was trying to follow a new layer system. And I was pretty shocked when I was making it. I was like, oh damn, I could make something like this. And right now I'm trying to make a new artwork. This is the Katarina artwork that I'm working on. If you guys know Arcane, oh my goodness, I can talk about Arcane for like the whole day. I am a big fan of Arcane. I love the art style, of course. I love Fortiche and how they make their animations. It's so good. If you guys watch Bridging the Rift, but it's the behind the scenes of how they made Arcane. It is so inspiring. I love how detailed everything is. They put so much work into it. I've been watching Arcane for 3-4 times now. I made my sister watch it, she likes it. I made my cousin watch it, he likes it. Yeah, Riot, or League of Legends, they came out with this new cinematic. It's Welcome to Noxus. Yeah, it's really good. It's made by Fortiche, so the quality is amazing, beautiful, 10 out of 10. Yeah, I was inspired to make a piece where Katarina and Elise were fighting. I love their fight. 2 strong women fighting. I am done. So I made this piece, and what I'm trying to experiment in this one is, I've never really done an artwork where I start with like a black and white rendering and then putting on color. So my style would be sketching, line art, and then flats, and then rendering. But now I'm starting off with the whole piece and everything is like on one layer. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, and so far it's looking pretty good. I've never done anything like this, and I think it's making my art better. Do I play League? My friend introduced me to League of Legends one day, and he was like, oh, you should try playing Teemo, he's pretty easy to do. So I tried it, and within the first minute I got talked. Anyways, those are my tips, and when I'm done with the Katarina piece, the finished artwork will be in Patreon and also my social media on Instagram. My Instagram is very dead, so I gotta bring it back to life by posting, but it's quite hard right now to balance YouTube and social media. I'm mainly focusing on YouTube most of the time. Yeah, I think that is all for today. Those are my 5 tips This is 10. So those are my 5 tips or habits that you can try out to make better art, and hopefully these tips will be helpful to you guys. Good luck to everyone who's trying to improve their art. Yeah, there's lots of competitions this year. If you guys haven't heard, Webtoon has a competition. It's pretty big. It has like all of the genres that you can apply for. Anyways, thank you to everyone who are new subscribers. Hello, I see you guys. I see you. Thank you guys for joining me in my art cave. Please come again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!